SLC FC will be taking on Culture by Mo Ali FC. Kickoff is scheduled for approximately 9:15 p.m. Once again, that's over on Field 3, SLC taking on Culture by Mo Ali FC.
It has been a wild day and a half so far from Cary, North Carolina. 32 teams arriving with hopes of a $1 million winner-take-all prize. Over half of the team's dreams already dashed, but the best of the bunch trying to keep that mission for $1 million alive as we've reached the knockout stage here at TST, the soccer tournament. Blade and Grass FC, Kingdom FC meeting tonight for a spot in the quarterfinals. Hi there, Jason App here. Glad to have you with us again alongside Warren Barton. No more margin for error. It's must-win time to try to get that ultimate $1 million prize.
Yeah, and I think you can sense that in the air with the fans and the players and the excitement in the air, but also there's a little bit of nerves, a little bit of trepidation. They've worked so hard to have so many games in a short space of time, but that prize money, as you said, $1 million is in touching distance now.
Now let's talk about the teams. Blade and Grass, European flavor with a double dose of American legends there in Jeff Cameron and Breck Shea. They've looked impressive.
They have looked impressive. They've got a good organisation, and when they had their goal last time out that we was calling last night, it had them two involved. They're coming to the end of their career. This is their swan song, but you've got Eagles. He's been around with Manchester United. Breck Shea has played at a higher level in the Premier League and also in MLS, and Jeff Cameron is a US international at the highest level. So they've got experience. They've got Ireland in midfield playing with his son and Zach Knight at the back. So they've got players that have played at a high level.
Kingdom FC, led by the Calafiori brothers, and known as reality TV stars, but they played high-level college soccer, and they have a wealth of talent around them.
Yeah, they have. And again, the dimension of where they're going to sit back and be a little bit more organised and disciplined and then play on the counter-attack. They've had a good pedigree in this tournament so far. They defended well, and when they go forward, they've got ability. They play Division 1, college at a high level. Now they're reality stars, and they've transformed that not only off the field, but obviously on the field as well.
Can't wait to see how this latest game plays out. Round of 16 affair. Blade and Grass FC, Kingdom FC. We'll get it rolling in a moment.
Number 1, Mitchell Cupsix. Number 13, Roberto Morales Roldan. Number 2, Kyle Parker. Number 12, Spencer Peck. Number 7, Alex Ramos. Number 10, Thomas Schmidt. Number 21, Diego Steven. TST rules are as follows. There is no slide tackling, no offside. We play 2:20.5, followed by target score time. As we look at the second half, we set a target score by only one to the leading team's goal count. The first team to reach that target score wins. During every target score time, a player will be removed from each team every 5 minutes. The kickoff bids for tonight's game are presented by Blue Cross NC. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is proud to be the official health insurance partner of TST. Blue Cross NC, the hometown advantage for 90 years. It's time for you to get loud and make some noise.
Blade and Grass FC, Kingdom FC, about ready to roll. Let's go downstairs. Third member of our team. It's Katie with him.
Well, Jeff Cameron told me that he knows this Kingdom FC team is one that doesn't give up easy, and they're out here to put in a full shift. He said how they beat them is by playing up their own strengths, their work ethic, knowing their quality, making sure their shape is always good, and also staying very organized. He did confirm to me that they are low on subs on Blade and Grass, but he said that doesn't matter. What matters is our mentality and that we have the right one in this match.
Katie, thanks. Looks to be just 5 off the bench as opposed to 11 subs available in this 7v7 format. Unlimited substitutions, 2 20-minute halves, moves fast, short field, no offsides, kick-ins instead of throw-ins. Every game will end in target score time as we look At the starting lineups brought to you by Ufos. Again, some familiar names there for Blade and Grass with the likes of Cameron and Shea and Nias with his time in the Premier League. And then the brothers Calafuri we'll see there. Daniel Steedman looked very impressive with a hat trick in the last game, a must-win for Kingdom FC. So the kickoff here, control from the outset for Kingdom FC. They'll be in the white, the dark-colored tops here for Blade and Grass. And Blade and Grass perfect 3-0 in group play, the champion of Group B. While Kingdom FC, runner-up status in Group A, three-way tie for first at 2-1 with Newtown Pride FC, Kingdom FC, and Hoosier Army. But the top two, Newtown Pride, Kingdom FC, advanced on goal differential. Chance for early on, and Kingdom FC strikes off the turnover. Easy put away, and less than a minute in, Blade and Grass is playing catch-up soccer.
Well, it's a poor giveaway at the back. We've spoken about individual mistakes throughout this tournament. You've got to be switched on, you've got to be focused, and they're trying to play it. It's a poor giveaway. In the end, it's an easy finish, and it's a perfect start for Kingdom because you rightly said they come second. They just about squeaked in with their goal differential, and it's given them a real lifeline. Now, the Blade and Grass, they've got a bit of a mountain to climb, but they've got plenty of time. The time is on their side.
Alberto Morales-Roldan, his third goal of the tournament. Scoring here in that opening minute, and again, it was Steedman who had the intercept, knocked it across, and the setup there from Ryan Hopper, and the put away successful, or excuse me, the assist set up there by Nathan Bordeaux. And like that, Kingdom FC has the lead. Well, that'll change the dynamic here right away.
Jeff Cameron just using his arm just to elevate the players and just push them to the sideline. I feel sorry, but the cameraman got more of that than anybody else. I think there's a bit of frustration in that tackle, and you don't mind if someone puts one in the top corner that we've seen, but an individual giveaway. But as I said, there's plenty of time. They won't panic. They've got experience in this team.
There you see the man up front, Umar Nias, 33-year-old, and a goal fiend for this group.
Hopefully he's okay. He looks pretty good. He looks healthy. He's smiling, so he's okay. He's all right. He's a good-looking boy. He'll be fine.
Cameraman all right. Chris Eagles, he had a goal in the last game for Blade and Grass. Service off the corner. Shea gets a noggin on it. Ollie Calafieri, player GM for this team, the older of the Calafieri brothers, with a touch. And now Bordeaux pushing it across the stripe, but handled in the back here confidently for Blade and Grass. Zat Knight doing his thing.
And with Katie saying that Jeff Cameron, they've only got 5 subs. If you remember last time they played, they didn't really go to their bench until later on. The first 20 minutes of the half, they just kept the same players that was out there. So, you know, the one change we've seen so far with Eagles coming in is Stephen Ireland just sitting on that sideline. But they're not a team that really operates the substitution. But the games are starting to build up. The intensity will get higher. The quality is going to have to step up as well. We've seen that in the games beforehand.
Quick restart there for Mitchell Cupstas, former college keeper at both Duke and Brown. In net again for Kingdom FC, Kieran Westwood, the Irish international veteran. Backstopping Blade and Grass there with that performance. We'll see Cupstas as well. Calafieri trying to save that on the edge. Well, we've got a moment. Let's go downstairs to Katie with the goal score.
Well, he is on the sideline now, so I thought I'd let him get a drink of water and then I would force him to talk to me about the goal. What did you see on that you were able to take advantage of?
I mean, it was a team performance. Everybody was pressuring at the right time, and I was able to get the ball in a comfortable position. It was just a tap in until I finished. Actually, it was a very easy. My man, Nate, was a play a good ball. It was an easy tap in. So thank God we're in the front now.
You better give him some pub because he's sitting a few seats down from you. What does a goal this early in the match do for you guys?
It's key. It's key. Now we get to control the game a little bit more, but it's very important to keep our defense. You see?
Yeah.
That's the toughest part.
Yeah.
So it's very important to keep our defense together and stay solid in the team. That's the most important thing.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Foul on Paoli Calafiori right outside the area.
A good hold-up play, the turn, he gets too tight, and that's, as a defender, we've said it numerous times, you're trying to win the ball. Sometimes just be patient. Let the opponent have the ball, then try and intercept it. But he goes to ground, and the referee has no hesitation.
Nias is a handful again. Already 4 goals in the first 3 games of this tournament.
It's not only his goals, his movement, his strength, his awareness to bring other people. Jeff Cameron just trying to get the goalkeeper's eye line, but maybe Eagles will be the ones to hit it.
It's Nias. Pulled it too far
Maybe
near
Eagles should have
side.
took it, yeah, he just pulled it too wide. But he does a lot for the team, not only to play people off, but he works extremely hard, closing down. That allows Brek Shea, Eagles, whether it's Jeff Cameron in midfield, to push forward. That's that little tweak that they did. They changed it in the last game where he was playing at the back, and we've seen it throughout Jeff Cameron's career, whether it's been with the US team or with Stoke. He's been playing numerous positions. He's comfortable, he's intelligent enough.
Long diagonal ball ahead. Try to be tracked down by Luke Holmes. It'll belong here to Bladen Grass. Again, Cameron and Shea, and teammates together for a stretch. The U.S. national team, Stoke City, they go into business together, announcing their retirement. Swan song here in TST. Another chance for Kingdom FC. Big save made. Westwood tested again.
Well, that'll do his confidence a world of good. You know, obviously giving the ball away for the goal, he's going to be desperate to make amends, and that's what the only thing a goalkeeper can do. They can't go out and score a goal. Although in this tournament they can later on, so don't be surprised.
Eagles trying to push. Approaching the 7-minute mark of this first 20-minute half. Again, end of regulation will set the target score. 1 more goal than the leading team has. And that'll be the goal for both teams to get to. After that, to determine a winner here. Shea, off that restart, flighted it a little high.
He's got good technique, left foot, right foot. It doesn't really matter with him throughout his career. He's been able to do it. Kingdom just need to slow down a little bit. I think they've got the goal early, then it's a little bit, well, what do we do? I know Kelly was getting a report about, yeah, we want to control the game, so take your time. That's the better pass. Be more patient.
Volley opportunity gets squandered there. Good coverage from Bladen Grass to get out. Parker will work his way to the side.
He's pushing on, and Zach Knight read the danger very well coming across. Ex-England international, Fulham player.
Ahead, Nias. Fury coming back. Again, has his handful with a big man from Senegal.
Well, they're looking if there is an arm played in there, and there's a leg as well, but it's a crunching tackle. And a desperate tackle in the end, because he might have had a chance to have the shot across the ball.
It ends up being a corner. Quick restart there for Brek Shea and Bladen Grass. Kingdom FC takes it away. Cross there from Cameron, out of the range of Nias.
That's what they can't do. They can't give the ball away cheaply in their end. With the quality, I mean, yes, they're a little bit older. You look at Bladen Grass, but they've still got that quality. Give them a bit of time, and that was a wonderful delivery from Jeff Cameron, and just looking for his teammate to get on the end of it.
Cameron looked to settle near midfield. Instead, Kofi Jawu, former UAB Blazer in the college ranks, Conference USA. Time with the indoor game and overseas in Germany. Spencer Patton played it off Shea. In the corner there, battle, touchdown by Knight. It'll be a corner here for Kingdom. Floated. Westwood trouble with it near the goal line. Kingdom FC players thought it might have crossed instead. Quick outlet here for Bladen Grass. Nifty ball work there to get out of the jam.
Yeah, this has been a nervy start. As I said, that save should have given him a bit of confidence, but he makes a bit of a meal of it there. And because we haven't got the technology of VAR, you can maybe get away with it. A few fans behind the goal was cheering that it went over, and the players obviously as well. There's a better angle that we can see, but again, that nervous distribution by the goalkeeper seemed to pay dividends, because he's looking a little bit concerned about getting on the ball, being comfortable on the ball, and it's a big part of the way that they play. They want the keeper to come out with the ball, be comfortable with the ball at his feet. And that was just a simple catch in the end.
Well, a one-goal hole almost doubled here in the opening 10-minute stretch. MFC halfway through this opening half has the advantage. Here's Stephen Ireland, one of the team leaders of this group. Premier League time with Manchester City, Aston Villa, out there number 7 in black.
Yeah, technical player. He wants to get on the ball. As I said, he played a lot of minutes in the last game, so didn't start off, but he's one that pulls the strings in midfield. Very creative player. He's got his son here as well.
Yeah. Seen Joshua Ireland in action here with Blade and Grass. Malik Fati with a touch. Cameron advances forward, gets it back from Nias. Back to him. Couldn't get it on the net.
He miskicked it. I mean, that's clever play. The little give and go and the spin, and then the first time delivery by Cameron again. And they're just getting closer. They're asking more and more questions, and Kingdom at the back might be better off. The best line of defence is attack.
Morales Roldan.
That's a good save.
Yeah, the goal scorer. Westwood with the stop. Nias. Cracked from distance to the seats. And another look at the better opportunity there in close off the service from Cameron. Well, we've got a moment. Let's head downstairs again to Katie.
Breck, we're halfway through this first half, and obviously you don't want to see that happen, but take me back out onto the field. What were you seeing when you were out there, and what do you guys need to do?
Yeah, we just need to weather the storm. They kind of came out flying. We came out a little flat. Obviously, they got a couple goals here, a few mistakes from us, but we'll fix it and we'll keep going.
Appreciate the time.
Brett Shea watching his team's deficit double. And misplay there in the back.
But it's that individual mistake. You know, you go to ground, you've got to win the ball, you've got to make sure you're covering your opponent. An acute angle, he just puts it in with that power through the keeper's legs again. As Brett rightly said, they are expecting them to come out full of confidence, flying around. They played so well in the last game, but it's a Kingdom. They're not worried about the reputation of the other players. They're not worried about who they are. They've gone out and they've took their chances. They've capitalised on a couple of mistakes.
Volley opportunity there for Eagles.
It's amazing what a couple of goals can do for you as well. Your confidence, you find that energy.
And it's a pair of goals for Alberto Morales Roldan. Gets credit for both, and Blade and Grass on the board. Nias been knocking on the door, finally pounds one through.
And there's that quality. You know, one, the quality of pass from Eagles, put him with pace, it gives him enough time. And then Nias with his touch, and then the awareness just to lift it over the goalkeeper. That's exactly what they needed, because as Brett Shea rightly said, they was a bit flat. Good pass. This is the one that breaks it open, gets through his legs, touch. Doesn't have to look at the goal, that ain't going to move. He just chips that into the back of the net. Again, Eagles determined, little play, pass, chip, goal. Now they're back in business.
Then his 5th of the tournament. Makes it a one-goal affair. Dangerous chance there. Patton through the goal mouth. Still controlled here.
I love the attitude of Kingdom players. They're going out there, as I said, they're not worried about who they're playing against, whether it's Zach Knight, an England international, or Ireland that's played at the highest level for Man City, an international player, and the 2 US players. So they're not too concerned. They've gone out there, and I think that's been the story of this tournament as well. Regardless of who you are, they're not worried about it. They're going to play, they're going to hustle, and it's one of them tournaments that anyone can come in, an underdog, put that aside, and can go and get that $1 million prize money.
Steedman, great college experience at Virginia, then in the USL as well. He's got 4 goals in this tournament. Opportunity there on the breakout for Thomas Schmidt, 33-year-old, part of an NCAA title team at Akron back in 2010.
You can see there the disappointment he didn't hit the target. You can see from Zach Knight, he threw his arms in the air. His players are being sloppy. They get themselves back into the game, and they can quite easily then go down to 3-1.
Assist goes to number 33.
Whether that's fatigue or just concentration.
Schmidt, he'll take a chance. Westwood tested again.
That's a good save. You know, they're the ones you expect him, and he'd be disappointed with his mistake, as I touched on earlier. That's a good response. Takes it early, you know, shifts his feet. Good. The only thing, it's a nice height. We've seen a lot of goals go in that are low. We know the goals are small, and we've spoken to a couple of the attackers. They've been concentrating on hitting the ball low when they're practicing on the fields beforehand. The shooting practice has been focused on hitting the target and hitting it low.
And there's a driving cross. Nobody home there for Kingdom FC. Kick in coming for Blade and Grass. And everything a little bit different. All the angles change here in this smaller dimension field. 65 by 45. And players seemingly getting better adjusted as the events rolled on. Eagles trying to backheel for Stephen Ireland. Out of his range.
I think one of the hardest things for the players is the offside, because you're used to playing that, but also it's a sliding tackle. You know, we've seen a couple of, it's just a natural reaction for a player to do that. You know, throughout their career, most of these players have played 11v11, and that's a big part of the game.
Lead feed there from Ryan Hopper.
What about little ball? Good movement again. See how he takes the defender away, creates some space, but just the way to pass could have been a little bit better. As a striker, you're actually making two runs. One to take the defender away, and one to create space for yourself.
Under 4 left to go before we reach halftime. These dual 20-minute halves before we get to the fun stuff. Target score time.
My favourite part of the day, that is.
Pat blocked out by Knight. Kingdom FC seeing the craziness that can happen in target score time. Again, 1 goal added to the leading team's number. That's the target score. Fun part is when you don't get there, every 5 minutes they take off a player. So you go from 7-on-7 down to 6-on-6. Kingdom FC at a game against Hoosier Army. Target score was 5, 15 minutes, no score. Went down to 4-on-4, they got a goal, made it a 1-goal game. Went down to 3-on-3, they got the tying goal. It went to 2v2, 1 field player and the goalie for each team. And they lost. Hoosier Army got the game-winning goal. Frenetic, wild stuff. Abdullahi bashing that out of harm's way.
To update you, the goal scored by Kingdom FC was scored by number 13, Roberto Morales.
I think you're just seeing now the group of players just to get themselves, get to that half-time, refuel, put some fluids in their body, just to regroup, because the shape has gone from Kingdom a little bit how they're trying to defend.
Hopper lost it. Stephen Ireland doing his best to win it back, but foul. Taking down Alex Ramos. He had a couple of goals last game against Dortmund, including the game winner.
It was a good finish as well.
In Kingdom needed a win last game and some goals, and they get one there. Abdullahi rifling it past Westwood. 3-1 Kingdom FC.
Well, as soon as he got the ball, there was no doubt in his mind. His first touch was good, and then the space opened up. Westwood again just lowering down. Just watch as he pushes inside. That's where the space is. Then he sets himself. Again, that hard low shot. Most people would have gone in that far corner, but he comes across his body, and that catches the goalkeeper out.
Goal scored by number 80, Adam Abdullahi.
Guy that played college soccer, Georgia Southern, and in the USL League 2 for a couple of different teams, working as a software designer in Atlanta and showcasing his skill. That one designed perfectly. Stop made.
I see how you went from, you know, you're smooth, aren't you? You're a smooth operator. You gone from there. There's no end of your talent, is there?
Yeah, beautiful save there as well by Cupstas. Kingdom FC will take it right now. This thing going according to plan for them to build this 3-1 lead. Can it stay that way?
Well, there's another crunching tackle, and Cameron not too happy at the flick out afterwards, but
Alexis Ferrer, our official over there to keep things calm.
I told you, they're not worried about the names on the back of their shirt, whether you've got 50 caps or 5 caps. he's not going to worry about it. Alex, his dad was a hell of a player as well. Ted Ramos, what a player. Coaching in USL as well. You would have learned straight away, look after yourself.
Final stretch here this opening half. Stephen Ireland looking for assistance. Far side. Bladen Grass. Shot blocked and out.
Yeah, good work again by Knowles on that left, coming into his favoured right foot. As his teammate gets in the way, I think they would have had it. It was a decent effort on target. You're going to see that a lot of players that are predominantly right-footed coming inside, and it all opens up, whether it's a pass or whether it's going to be a good. Jeff Cameron's not too happy.
Now his team in a 2-goal hole right now here as we get ready for half number 2. See Morales Roldan scored 2 of the 3 for Kingdom FC. Chatting with the official. His teammates love what he's done thus far, helping vault them in the lead. Physical affair. You would expect that, all the passion, with $1 million on the line for the ultimate champion of the soccer tournament, TST, here in 23.
Download the app today and turn your to-dos into don'ts. Need it now? Go for it.
The soccer tournament is brought to you by Ally, proud ally of TST. Do it right. By Aviation American Gin, the official gin of TST. And by UFOS, the official active recovery footwear of TST. Bladen Grass went unbeaten in group play, but right now trailing a team that lost once in the group stage. Kingdom FC with a 3-1 advantage here at the break. Again, you look at the bracket, 32 teams arrive, 16 making the knockout rounds. These two among those trying to stay alive and advance to the quarterfinal round. Winner of this one will get the winner of Culture by Mo Ali FC and SLC FC, which is also going on currently. Crazy action here throughout, trying to get to that 1 million. Don't forget the inaugural Premier League Summer Series heading to the U.S. in 2023. Come see your favorite players from Newcastle United, Aston Villa, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea, and Fulham, July 22nd through the 30th, or you can watch all the action across NBC platforms. Now there's guys with Premier League experience playing here in this game. Second half for Kingdom FC, and Bladen Grass is coming up. The soccer tournament is brought to you by Ally, proud ally of TST. Do it right. By Aviation American Gin, the official gin of TST. And by UFOS, the official active recovery footwear of TST.
Welcome back to TST. I'm Katie Witham, joined now by Paul Calafieri. And Paul, you were the one that led that coaches talk in the middle. What were you saying to your side, and what do you need to see here in the second?
Honestly, we got to lead right now. We have to come at them hard. They're going to want to get those goals back, so we need to get two very fast. We know their game plan is to play the big guy up top, the fast guy up top. So we're just trying to isolate the passing lanes, make sure they can't get a clean pass to him, and making sure that we shut him down when he does get the ball.
Appreciate the time.
Pretty simple. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pretty simple.
Sounds simple.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Accomplishing it will be a challenge. Nias already got them for a goal earlier, but Kingdom FC with good balance and delivering things. Well, Calafieri has to be pleased, especially when you get a gift like this to begin.
They're giving themselves the amount as well, just give the ball away, and that gives them that confidence, as he rightly said. You know, they believe in what they're doing. They've got a good start, and then this again, another individual mistake, giving the ball away. Wonderful finish though, composed, put it through the keeper's leg. But would again no chance to him, but a good reaction. You'd expect Eagles comes in, nice little slide, good finish. You think then Blade and Grass are going to go on, dominate the game, but credit again, goes out wide, only 1-4 in his line, goes inside. Hooper can't keep with him. A wonderful finish, hard, low. They've got that couple of goal lead that they needed, and now they're ready to go for the second half.
So 20 more minutes here in the second half, then the target score is set. It's the leading team score +1. If it was the score now, the target score would be 4 from a 3-1 game. First team to get to 4 would win it, but every 5 minutes we don't get to that target score, each team loses a player, so you go down from 7-on-7 to 6-on-6, 5-on-5, and so on. Again, Kingdom FC actually played 2v2 in one of their group games and watched the opposition get a goal from their goalie to take the game. See how it transpires here in this critical round of 16 game. Again, the victor on to the quarterfinals.
But it's quite notable, as Katie rightly said at half-time, where Kingdom was all together, talking, listening to their coach, or player coach as he wants to be called, and where you looked at Blade and Grass, there's lots of individuals. Jeff Cameron was in the middle talking to Knowles and Ireland. They was trying to sort out some tactical areas there that they can do better. Zach Knight was having a good conversation with the officials. Maybe they thought there was a couple of calls that could have gone their way. So fascinating to see how both teams operated at half-time.
Cupstas there, credited with a save in the opening half. 2 given to Kieran Westwood. Handle it. Quick rollout here to the side. Trying to find Eagles. Keeps it in. Official says play on. Cuts down in the middle. Ridden off effectively by Paulie Calafieri. Oh, beautiful back heel to Knowles. Nias there. Foul. Actually, the foul will come out high.
And that's where you've got to be careful. Yes, you want to be aggressive. And Paulie said, you know, we want to close people down. We don't want to give them space, get out of the passing lanes, but you don't want to keep giving away cheap fouls in dangerous areas. You know,
They'll get it on the contact that dropped Eagles, and you look at what he has potentially to shoot at. 2-player wall set. Low shot deflected out wide. Schmidt standing in the way, and again, no throw-ins, kick-in coming here, so this could serve as a little corner if they desire. Pop to the box. Ridden out there by Luke Holmes, earning the call.
And Jeff Cameron just trying to plead his innocence where Holmes coming in, and there's a height difference as well. As he's put his arm out there, look, he's just trying to block him, and referee in a good position. I don't think there was any malice in it. He's just trying to put his arm out to ease the player away, but unfortunately just caught him in the face. Referee got the decision right, and now we can get on playing.
Abdullawi, the last tally in this game, with a touch. Looks Ramos sending it over. Holmes. Calafieri trying to work on Eagles. step up from Knowles to toe it out.
It's nice patient soccer by Kingdom, you know, getting it into Ramos and down into midfield. Smith's on this left-hand side for an option. They're not panicking, you know. So before, they're not too worried about who they're playing against. They had 3 games under their belt. Confidence going into this game. Got nothing to lose.
Yeah, slides it through. Open man is there, and Eagles
take a touch.
Yeah.
It just skipped up in front of him. Listen, he's got technique. He started off his career at Manchester United, and you know his ability. But I just felt the weight of the pass was quite heavy as it skips up. He's got enough time as well, compose. And again, it's that same angle, leaning back, just way over the crossbar.
It's funny. It feels like in this game, so many times it feels so congested. You feel like you're rushing. At least that's what it looks like for a lot of these players. Stepped on the accelerator in that chance when he maybe had a little more time.
And that's where top players should know. You know, half a second in a game is a long time. In any sport, you know, you speak to any player, that split second. And when you play at the highest level, you have that in your brain. It's a mechanism. You just know you've got more time, you've got more awareness. That's where someone like him should do it. But again, fatigue comes in. They've had a game this morning, 2 games yesterday. They've travelled, etc., etc.
Knowles ridden off. Cupstis with distribution. Bordeaux. Abdullah.
They're getting too much space in midfield.
Cameron with the step up. Now trying to wheel away from trouble. Five minutes deep into the second half. Still a 2-goal advantage for Kingdom FC. And the winner gets the winner of Culture by Mo Ali FC and SLC. FC right now, Culture by Mo Ali. 2-0 lead there as they've reached the break.
Well, there you go again. You know, they're fighting for the ball, they're scrapping, and you end up getting a throw in. You want now for Bangladesh, your big players to step up. Brett Shade's had a good rest. Jeff Cameron's obviously working very, very hard. But you need your big players to come forward.
Cameron, exquisite touch back to Shea. Nias trying to turn it to himself. It trickles back into the box.
And that's what he's looking for, a one-on-one situation with the ball rolled into. If his touch is better, he's in there. But again, as a defender, you haven't got to dive in. Just wait. The chances are they're going to turn into you. And exactly like there, just wait patiently, fix the ball to your feet. You've got the ball.
Looking to hunt down Shea on the flank.
They've just been off, haven't they? A little bit. Watching them yesterday, everything was in sync. They was passing, their touch is just off, their movement's just off. And again, maybe that early goal that they conceded is just in the back of their mind. It just give them a bit of a mountain to go. They're going to need their experience now. They need to just shake it off, get going, and just find a spark from somewhere.
They have played in close games throughout. Again, mentioned they won all 3 of their group games, but all of them 1-goal affairs, 3-2, 4-3, 2-1. So they were getting a goal in target score time when games were deadlocked. Shea. Little frustration there with Spencer Patton.
Shake hands, get on with it. I was speaking to 1 or 2 of the West Ham players, and you know, they thought it was going to be, you know, passable, but they're coming out to tackle you. There's that determination. There's $1 million to win, and once you get to this stage, you can start thinking about it, getting prepared.
And Shea, of course, played at the highest levels with the U.S. national team. Patton, high-level college player at Virginia. Finished up at Temple. Shea had space for a moment, taken down to the box. Alexis Ferreira, our referee, says play on.
Yeah, I think that's a good tackle. He's felt the force of Brett Shade falling on him, but it was a good tackle. It's one that he had to make. The one thing with Brett Shade, when he goes in, it could be left foot, right foot. It's a desperate tackle, just gets enough of the ball, and then you just see him fall on his ankle. Desperate tackle. Is that not a sliding tackle? That's Is that not a sliding tackle?
Opportunity
Oh,
and a
that's a
goal!
finish.
Joshua Ireland, the son of Stephen Ireland, off the bench and into the net. The teenager delivering a massive goal.
Yeah, I think we've been very complimentary about the goalkeepers throughout this tournament, but I think we're seeing a little bit of pressure come to the keepers now. It's a good run and it's a decent effort, but it's one you should maybe say, maybe the run across has just put him slightly off, but that little bounce, goalkeeper trying to go with their feet to protect him, and that's exactly what they needed. You know, that may give them that spurt, Blade and Grass to go on.
Part of the Stoke City Academy program. How cool is it for father and son to get to play in this tournament together? That one nearly close to the net. Their mom Jessica helping out, facilitate everything with this team too. That's a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, that's a real family affair.
Goal scored in the 29th minute.
Sent in, deflected out. Rekshé ahead for Nias. Cut back. And taken away by Calafiori.
Should have took it on his left. As soon as he done a wonderful turn. Great ball by Rekshé as well. Just let it run and hit it with your left.
Calafiori.
Looks like he's better now with his ankle.
Certainly has. He's done the bulk of the work there defensively, but now showing an offensive thrust. Approaching 10 minutes left to go in regulation. Again, you just sense pressure, tension,
you can feel it in the air. You know, you can feel it. You know, the crowd is quiet. You can hear a pin drop. The players are not maybe going forward as early as they would have liked. You could just sense that it's starting to come in. It's that moment in the game now that any little mistake could be punished.
There are a lot of pros in this field that have played for a long time, but those paychecks, win or lose, are guaranteed. You lose here, there's no paycheck. You win it all, there's a mighty big paycheck for you and your team, that $1 million winner-take-all prize. Rekshé in front. Joshua Ireland looking to shake free again. Kingdom FC free kick.
Chase thinks there's a slight dive, and it'll be interesting now for Kingdom how they react, because now that pressure, like a lot of these Premier League players are used to that. You know, it's a different type of pressure, like you said, with the prize money. They're used to playing in big moments, but not too many of the players in a white shirt have been in that environment.
Nias wide for Shea, back through, just behind the cutting camera.
Trying to give it to Jeff Cameron, who's going through. They've done that enough time in training on the national scene, or whether they was at Stoke. I tell you what's great as well, some of the teams that have been knocked out, they're all here as well watching the games. They've been quite easy just to sulk in your hotel room, but they've come along to watch and cheer people on and mix around, and that's been great for the fans and the kids that are here as well.
Shea, little flick. Nias.
He needs runners to go behind him. He needs someone to make a run.
Try to feather it out for Fati.
Because if someone makes a run, one, he can try and flick you in, or it might take the defender away, he can turn and shoot. If you both all just stand in front of him, he's got nowhere to play off of.
Tough touch back. Kingdom FC. Bordeaux. Pass. Long touch.
Just done enough, exactly. Just got his body, and that's where you don't want to give it away. Ireland's put his hand up straight away to apologise, and that's really where their Achilles heel has been for Blade and Grass. He's giving the ball away cheaply and being punished.
Abdullawi had the long run. Knight helping erase that. There defending against the younger Ireland. Service there from Cameron loose. Nias couldn't get it to that left foot.
Oh, not look comfortable as he Westwood. He's not. It shows you games that he's played at a high level, but letting it bounce, he wasn't too sure, and then that little look that he could just lobbing behind him.
And a lot going on there. Remember, that player would normally be offside.
Yeah.
Still alive. Diaz inside. Save made. Cupstas. Shea looking to link with Cameron.
He thinks he maybe got caught as he passed the ball across. Shea. It's going to hurt in the morning.
Maybe a little less if Bladen Grass can work its way all the way back.
It's amazing what a wind does to you. You can start running around tomorrow. I think he's going to end up in there. I think there's one too many. I think there's been a few. It's amazing when you kick someone, you say, what, ref? I don't think that one was coming. We could sense Jeff Cameron just being a little bit frustrated with maybe himself and the way the game's gone, or why it's been. As soon as you come in, whatever level you're going to play, 7-a-side, 11-a-side, you're going to end up in the referee's book.
So yellow there on Cameron. Wood sliding all the way back to Westwood. Joshua Ireland. And the knife inside.
Just needs to get his head up. You know, he's got 3 white shirts coming around, and that means there's going to be a teammate that's free.
Ramos. Oof. Cameron popped it out, but corner.
He's got good technical ability. Ramos, who gets on the ball. I don't know where he's got that from, do you?
Yeah.
His dad was great in that little combination, little clever, and manipulates the ball very well.
Low screamer through the box. Out to Knowles.
Now, look at the white shirts again running back, and there's 3 black shirts that are sort of walking up the field a little bit, and I think Jeff Cameron's just having a rest at the moment.
Jackson Eskay sliding back through there defensively in support. 24 in white. Miss clearance. Nias lurking. Now Fury can't control. Emotions running high here.
Well, there was no doubt he's up for the game. You could tell by his halftime talk to the players, he's really invested in the game.
Knowles
Oh, what a finish.
Comes through, deflected in, and we're tied.
And you know what? They're not thinking about the game. They're more worried about the referee and arguing. They get on with the game, they put the ball down and whip it in. They're not even organised, they're not aware of what's going on. And that's you put the ball down and play. And that's the difference. They're probably waiting for a throw-in, referee to blow the whistle, but not, look, they're out of position, they're not sure where the ball's coming from, and he gets a part of his leg on it. I think it might come off his knee and taps into the back of the net. And now, as I said, that's really turned the momentum of the game. It's given a real lift.
Nias, second of the game.
Oh, what a save. That's
Westwood elevating for that to keep it even.
He's done great with the difficult ones. It's the simple ones that have made me nervous.
Still a corner here. Under 4 left to go before some stoppage time potentially here in this second half before we get to target score time.
There he goes.
Nias back in front. Knowles had an opportunity.
Nias, he's really filling the game at the moment. He's taking people on. He's looking dynamic. He's looking confident when he's getting the ball.
Cameron, excuse me, Bati lost his footing. Chance for Kingdom FC. Extra work. Home shot deflected.
That's a good save as well. Again, people in front of him, bodies congested where people could deflect around, but his concentration was good. And the game's just lifted now. There's a lot more tempo, a lot more energy for both sets of players.
Westwood, excellent work there through that maze of bodies in front.
This is where maybe the subs may make a bigger impact. We said with only 5 subs with Bladen Grass, they haven't got the option to get change around as we're seeing with Kingdom. They're making change after change just to get fresh legs on, even if it's for 25, 30 seconds. There's a lot of tired bodies out there. We've done that a couple of times, pass the ball across the area. You don't want to do that. Zach Knight's just saying play out the line.
And Alawi pegging one from distance to Westwood. Watching that one sail on by.
And there's the subs again. It was coming on. He's got fresh legs. Good save as well. Again, just knows where it's coming. Doesn't have to do too much. Enough. The problem now with Glass, when he goes forward and gets it, he hasn't got enough support. Still enough time to get people like that goal advantage before we go into my favourite time of the game.
Target score time.
Beautiful.
Just around the corner.
Should bring it into a World Cup. Imagine playing that where you get dropped down to 10 and then you keep going.
Fans here at TST really sinking their teeth into it. Good to see it, and wherever you're checking us out from, enjoying this first ever the soccer tournament.
I think the players have enjoyed it as well, because it's given another dimension of when you're using your subs, when you get people off. You're never out the game. You've still got a chance to win it, whatever the scoreline is.
Again, if this game had stayed a one-goal game, you might have seen Kingdom FC stall, work to the corners, time wasting we've seen so many times throughout this sport. Not in this game. Got to keep pressing forward. Because the other team's always going to have an option, trying to make that lead as large as possible. Shot from distance goes wide. And the Os calling for it inside. Knowles, though, had to look himself.
Well, it's set up nicely for Knowles just to hit it. He's got good technique.
Chipped ahead. Knight is back. Shot ripped. And another big crack there at the end of regulation. Goes wayward. Thomas Schmidt had the final attempt. 3-3 at the end of regulation. Target score is 4. And that means next goal wins. 1 goal to earn a trip to the quarterfinal for either Blade and Grass FC or Kingdom FC. We'll look for the finisher coming up.
Fans on field 3. Culture by Boali FC. Leads SLC FC 2-1 in the 25th minute.
Ready for our target score time coin toss, brought to you by soccer.com. Flip here. One team will get possession, the other one will get the chance to defend one side of the pitch they would like.
It took a bit of working out where they wanted to go. Stephen Ireland.
Ireland and Calafiori there to handle that. Again, target score, revolutionary piece of this game. Again, always ensuring that the game ends on a goal. Target score, leading team score +1. In this case, both teams have 3, so the target score 4. First team to get there wins. But if we don't get to 4, every 5 minutes we go from 7-on-7 potentially to 6-on-6. Another 5 minutes elapses, we could go down to 5-on-5. And again, Kingdom FC knows this better than most. They went all the way down to 2v2 in one of their group games. to ultimately get a winner in their contest, as they fell in that game to Hoosier Army 5-4. Yet it was a field player and a goalie scored the goal. Let's see how this plays out. Essentially golden goal here. Next goal wins here in target score time. Winner on to the quarterfinals, keeping that dream of the $1 million winner-take-all prize here in TST. Bladen Grass in black, white tops here for Kingdom FC, and the ball played to the box. Steedman couldn't quite control it.
Yeah, there's that quick start they were talking about, and they did it in the first half of the game, that quick start, and again nearly catching out. Bladen Grass at the back. And there's an early warning for them, because you do feel longer as the game goes on, with the experience that's on Bladen Grass, they feel like they've got more quality to see this through to. They are going to get a goal, Kingdom, and you think it's going to be early.
Knight stepping up, chipping it back across, but Cameron had vacated that spot.
I think it was a miskick, if I'm being totally honest.
Okay.
Jason, I know Zach. He's all right. He won't take it personally.
You could tell him.
Not to his face, but I'll tell him.
Fati headed up for Eagles. Handball, I believe. In every game in target score time that Bladen Grass has won, they've been tied, and they've gotten the game winner. Can that trend continue here against Kingdom FC? Again, Cameron had the game winner in game one. Breck Shea with a beautiful goal to win it in game two. It was Fati who finished things off the last time out.
They're just starting now to dominate possession and the rhythm of the game, and with the quality that they've got and the experience, you just think they're going to get at least one good opportunity to see if they can take it. And that's what they want. They want to clear this space out to go into, but he's better off just trying to get hold of the ball rather than keep on trying to hold the defender off. Get hold of the ball.
Kyle Packer, college soccer here at Charlotte earlier in his career. Off the turnover, Cameron plays it out wide. Stab save there for Fati. Up top, punch out from Cupstas. And the game winner there! Noctone, Chris Eagles, Bladen Grass, on to the quarterfinals.
A little bit of hesitation, but nothing hesitating about the strike. Eagles, good technique. Look what it means to these players. For Jeff Cameron and Breck Shea, their career keeps going at least for another day. They're retiring, but once this is done. But it's a good finish, good technique. A little bit of panic in the penalty area, just the ball floated in. Don't clear their lines well enough, and that's a good technique because he's having to wait for the ball, focusing on the ball. This is a good angle as it just drops down. He just waits, composes himself. He knows if he gets a good enough target, it's going to end up in the back of the net, and that bit of experience is shown.
You looked at that hand gesture there at the end. Does that mean the Eagles was flying there for Chris Eagles?
Look at you, you're right on there.
And Bladen Grass soaring on to the next round. Again, their fourth consecutive one-goal win. Every time they've been pressed, deadlocked in target score time, they have found the game winner. And Katie is downstairs with a game score.
Chris, you guys, 4 games now, undefeated, and you do it in stylish fashion. Take me back to this moment. What did you see? How did it play out for you?
Well, the ball's gone in the air. Omar's a real problem for the teams over here. He's strong, athletic. The ball's gone in the air, and I see the defender going to gamble on the ball. And to read the ball like that, I knew he was going to miss it, and all it was we couldn't make sure I connected. I knew it was going to be a goal.
This game was a battle for you guys. You continued to fight back and come back on top. I know you guys are limited on subs. I feel like you're up against the wall, and yet you come out with the win. What does it say about this group of guys that you're playing with?
Well, if you look at the tournament in general, no one knew nothing about us. And that's what I love, you know. We didn't put nothing on social media. We like to keep quiet and just let our football do the talking. And I think that's brilliant. And now, you know, the fans are now realising that, and we're getting support from it. But the best thing is to do is just to keep quiet and do it on the field, because a lot of people want to do it on social media and all this. But for me, the way I was brought up at Man United was to concentrate on the game. And, you know, yesterday I missed out on the Wolves game. And yesterday morning, my groin's been sore. But like you say, it's all been worth it. And I've just got to say massive thanks to TST for the tournament they've put on, because it's been brilliant. You know, without everyone here, the staff and everything, it's been superb, and they deserve to go on to make this into a regular thing, because I'm sure a lot of teams in England would love to come over and play.
Do you love how different it is? Because you've all played 7v7, but this is very uniquely itself.
Oh, massively, yeah. Like, we play 7v7, you know, like with my mates now. I've stopped playing, but this is very quick. And some of the teams we've played, like even there, we played a team earlier that was in indoor football. There's futsal. It's completely different, but you know what? Everyone loves football, and that's why we're here. But it just shows there's a mixture of characters we've got. You know, there's people that can run with it, there's defensive side, and we've only been together 3 days. That's what's so impressive. But do you know what? We've still got a long way to go, but, you know, we're going to put the music on now and have a good time.
Yes, that's what makes it so fun. I think you guys are going to celebrate and then head over, because you get to put your team logo on the wall over there. So I'll let you go. Congrats on the win. Thanks.
Lovely to meet you.
And Chris Eagles, guy with over 360 appearances in his pro career.
Well, he definitely don't do social media, does he? He's not into, Sir Alex wouldn't let him to do it at Manchester United social media, but there's the heartbreak as well. You put so much into it, and at the end of it, you come away, you're winning 3-1, you're thinking, oh, we've got a great chance, but you go into that rule that's been come along, which is so fantastic for the fans, and like Chris said, the Eagles there, that, you know, they keep believing, they keep going, they keep grinding away, and they're getting the rewards. I mean, it's great. You look at the last game that we had with you've got DeMarcus Beasley that's done well, and Jimmy Conrad, 2 US players, and now you've got Jeff Cameron and obviously Brett Shade as well. So the US now have got a bit of a hold on this tournament so far, so the bragging rights are still there for them too. But yeah, a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. They look exhausted, so they have to recover and get ready for a big game tomorrow.
Again, it was early miscues that plagued Blade and Grass, but the late ones hurt Kingdom FC. Ally save of the game. Again, Kieran Westwood dusting himself off after some early trouble with some key stops.
Yeah, key stops, and that's what a good goalkeeper's about. Yes, he made a couple of mistakes, but he never let his head go down. He kept going, kept believing, and then crucial moments in the game that keeps him silent. I believe he might have an injury in his rib because he was having a little bit of treatment, but he showed a lot of character, and that's what Chris Eagles said about this team. They've got players from diverse positions and, you know, different areas where they can play, but they stick together and they're enjoying themselves. And he was talking about social media. They've got Jeff Cameron doing the social media there, so they can't be too worried about it now. They're starting to buy into it now.
Again, the bench wasn't real deep tonight, just 5 subs available.
Don't drop it.
See if they get more healthy coming up.
They're going to get out there.
Yeah, Kieran Westwood will climb the ladder here to do the honor. Advancing that team crest over to the quarterfinal round here for Blade and Grass.
Just make sure you don't celebrate too much tonight, gentlemen. Just take it easy, have the right fluids, get to bed early, get ready to go tomorrow.
Well, a pair of 2-game days for Blade and Grass. They hope it's another 2-game day tomorrow. That would mean for them a win in the quarterfinals and potentially a date in the semifinals. All trying to get to the championship game coming up this weekend on Saturday, or excuse me, on Sunday, which is for it all here in that title tilt worth $1 million. So Blade and Grass, our latest team to advance here to the quarterfinal round. Kieran Westwood maybe had a frown early after giving up that goal, he and his team, in the first minute of regulation, but all smiles now as they get off the deck and win it 3-1. Kingdom FC, nice run here to the knockout rounds, but they ultimately are victimized by Blade and Grass which advances through to that final 8. 4-3 the final. Coming up about 10:30 Eastern. Como 1907 from Italy against the social media darlings #United from England. We'll see you for that one coming up here shortly. Once again, Blade Grass FC 4, Kingdom FC 3. For Warren Barton, Katie Witham, and our crew, Jason Knapp saying so long for now.